Shalom. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushua, and Ba'asham Rukakodash, and double honors to the elders of GMS and to all the sincere brethren that are listening to the truth, and to all the sincere brethren that are living in the truth like across the world. I pray this may be another edifying lesson to the flock, and whoever the Most High want to hear this message, let it begin. Let it be heard. Before I begin this lesson, I'd like to introduce the true name of the Heavenly Father, which is Yahweh, and the name means He exists. And the true name of the Son is Yahushua Mashiach, which means the Redeemer, and is only coming to redeem His people, which is the nation of Israel, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which you will see a bulk of them live in North America, South America, Caribbean, in all four corners of the world, and it looks like other nations and practice the custom of the other nations. So that is it for the introduction. And the title of the lesson is "The Tariff War Begins." And for the past few days, as we can see, Trump has put tariffs on Canada, which is 25%, and tariffs on Mexico 25%, and Chinese 20%. I believe it was previously 10%, and they increased it another 10%. And every leader from those respective countries are stating it. Hey, why Trump shouldn't put taxes, tariff on them, because it's not gonna hurting the economy more. It's gonna hurt the U.S. economy. And the one that was more angry was none other than the president, not president of Canada, is he's one of the the prime minister of Canada was talking about why it's gonna he was talking about like this is not good. If he feels like he felt betrayed because Trump, although as pushing Canada aside, but he has been aligning himself more with Russia, which he feels insulted. And the main guy that was talking about the tariff situation is the Doug Ford from Canada, and he was very upset because he said he doesn't want to do it, but he's gonna, if his hand tied behind the back, he's gonna do it. It's gonna hurt the American people, but he said no, that it's not me that's hurting you, it's your president. And that tax and those tariffs gonna hurt like the average everyday Americans. And China said the same thing. China was like, America need to be smart about the decisions. And the other thing, the Doug Ford, I'm guessing, I don't know even the position of Canadian government, but he's from like a province. I'm assuming you could equate that to like a governor of a state of Canada. I'm guessing instead of state they call province in Canada. And he felt insulted because Trump also kind of compared Mexico and Canada, and he did not like that. So the verse I'm gonna get, the message I'm gonna get is Matthew 24 verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." And we already seen that on like a smaller level right now. It's only gonna accelerate in the coming months. And kingdom against kingdom, which is the powerhouse kingdoms, which is Canada's a powerful nation, powerful kingdom. U.S. the same way. China's the same way. You got Russia. All these are nations of rising up against one another. And there shall be famines and pestilence, and there shall be famine. And like right now, we're entering the famine stage right now because those tariffs, although they haven't been effective now, but once they get effective, it's gonna affect the everyday American life. And starting with Jakes first and foremost. And pestilence, we are dealing with various pestilence right now. You get the bird flu, C-19, Ebola, all those variants, like flu variations that's coming out. All these things are hurting the people. And earthquakes in diverse places. You're getting earthquakes in places that you've never heard that will happen to. And all these are the beginning of sorrows. Basically, all these are like the beginning of sorrow, which is like the birth pain. And the next verse I'm gonna read is 2nd Ezra 15 verse 16 to 19. And so basically, this is what like Prophet Ezra was seeing in when he was like saying that when he was talking to the angel. And that was like a very terrifying moment, man. Cause that's why he said that famous word, woe is me who's gonna save me in those days. Because The average person is not paying attention at all. They think it's gonna be like, oh, they've been saying that tariff war for a while now. And I was reading the comments. You got the average person said, "Oh, Canadian get taxed to death on a regular basis, and one tariff, U.S. put a tariff on them, and they start crying." That's the mindset of the average person. They think it's just something that's gonna pass by last couple weeks, and boom, everything went back to normal. This is legit terrifying stuff right now, man. Winter is getting passing by. We entering spring, which is gonna lead us to summer. It's gonna be like a brutal 2025, and people don't even see it. You got government job loss, and people that start working in the government, or people that's been working for 25, 30 plus years, they've been losing their jobs. And the way they're losing their job, it's not like so you no longer able to work there. They losing their job straight from email, and they have to answer like Elon Musk giving like options, like they have to tell them why they should start, why they should keep their jobs. If they don't reply, that's a sign of termination. And for 2 Corinthians 15 verse 15, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another." So when that tariff escalated and people cannot afford to purchase gas, food, so what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna start. There's gonna be like a sedition among men, and they're gonna start invading one another. It's gonna start with the stores. They're gonna go to the store. They're gonna be like, cause like right now when you go to the store and you get like a stack of water. You see people fighting for a stack of water. They're fighting for eggs. They're fighting for toilet papers. And they're fighting for any food supply, man. And right now you gotta see people. They're gonna take all the best meat, like beef, chicken, lamb. But very soon, when shit hit the fan, they're not gonna care about what food that's on the shelf. They're gonna grab whatever they can until there's nothing. So that's when the invading process is gonna start. They shall not regard the kings nor princes. And like right now, we can already see it. You see president, you see like when they have their conference, press conference meeting. You see politicians are fighting among themselves. You got people disrespecting politicians. Sometimes you see people advocate. They come and protest about whatever BS they're talking about. And as soon as they're done, they jumping to attack whoever is in charge. Because people don't care anymore, man. And perfect example was like last November or December, when that guy unalived that CEO. That's like a small glimpse of that, man. And it's only gonna amplify. And the cost of the action shall stand in their power. So basically, the cost of the action will stand in on power, which means they're gonna take matter into their own hands. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. Like you're gonna see people that's gonna be desire to go into another city, and he won't be able to because there's gonna be like a checkpoint. Oh, you don't have access to go to that city, especially those 50-minute cities that they've been implementing for the past few years. So they're gonna give, hey, you don't have access to go in that city. Oh, you get the access, but there's like a clearance level. The person can have an access, but the access might be limited. If you have this bracelet, you can only go in that part of that city. If you got that bracelet, you can only go in the other part. So people gonna be in straight terror, man. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Yeah, because of their pride, the city gonna be in trouble, man, and the house should be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, because it's gonna be like a terrifying time, man. Because people is not gonna care at all, man. Because all people see and say, hey, I'm lacking this and I'm missing this, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to get what I want. And those are the days we're entering right now. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So people not gonna have a pity against the neighbor, man. Just this morning, like my coworker told me, there's a Jake that on the live. Well, he told me that yesterday, but he told me exactly in detail what happened now. Like a teenage Jake's on the live, his mother then come to the plantations, act like is playing on basketball. So, and the first time I told him, I'm like, he watched too many crime shows, man. So he unalive his mom, then go there so it can be like, so he can use that as an alibi. So I was at this place playing basketball. There was nobody around, so I couldn't do the crime. And then they ending up cutting him, getting him at the mall. And he said He has to. And he was like one of those guys that's always most like smoking weeds, vaping. What people fail to understand, all of vaping is bad. It's like a smoking weed and vaping is like a gate to drugs that can make you more bug out. But initially that was a judgment by the Heavenly Father. So the Heavenly Father judged the mother and judged him. Yeah, so a man should not have no pity upon his neighbor. So not only men's not gonna have pity upon his neighbors, men also not gonna have pity among their own fellow brethren. But shall destroy the houses with the sword. They're gonna be destroy the house with the sword. The sword can be anything. It could be like a gun. Invade your house with a gun. Hey, give me everything you want. Give me everything you have. And if you resist, you lose your life. Matter of fact, we enter in the stage like even if you give what you have, you're still gonna get unalive. And spoil their goods, and there's gonna be their goods gonna be spoiling, which means like they're gonna take all those valuable stuff and they're gonna get all the valuable stuff, and one of the valuable stuff is basically women included. And those days that we enter right now is gonna be like a very, very dangerous days, man. People ain't gonna care about like, oh, this is my daughter, this is my wife. That guy, because a lot of people that's gonna do the invading is gonna be people that most likely, like you can have like soldiers that came from foreign countries who does not give a damn about so-called Americans. They already despise America because America has always looked down on them or causing chaos to the country. So they're gonna use that as an opportunity to have a straight revenge. And also, there's a lot of wicked niggas that have been putting behind bars because of women. All those sex offenders. This is gonna be like all those sex offenders, rapists. This is basically it's gonna be like a open season for them, man. Because people ain't gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna protect that woman over there. Because everybody's worrying about their own problems. And there's literally guys that's standing on standby right now, so they can. There are guys that cannot wait for this moment to happen right now, so they can live like a feast, so they can feast on this moment, man. So there's like a lot of death angel that's on standby right now, man, and people don't even notice that. And because the lack of bread, and for great tribulation, there's gonna be lack of bread, which is lack of food, man. So guess what? The guy's gonna invade the person's house and find the food, and guess what? When he finished eating or grab whatever he can, his stomach is full. Now he's gonna look at the person woman. He's gonna be like, oh, that's your wife, right? So people was, oh, that's your daughter, right? And you're probably gonna have the mom say, try to protect the mom. Dad gonna try to protect his wife and daughters. Guess what? He's most likely gonna get unalive, or they probably bid him to a pub and watch him seeing his wife and daughters get great. So these are the time we enter right now, man. And for great tribulation, man, Jacob's trouble. And that's why when you read 2 Ezra 16 and verse 17, he said, Ezra says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. So he said, woe is me, who's gonna deliver me in those days, man? That's how terrible it's gonna be. And also during that time for, man, there's gonna be a lot of the families of the world is gonna be very near. So in the very future, the word of the Lord is gonna be cut off from the Most High gonna take the let me find out Amos 8 and give me let me see Amos 8 and 11 said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst, but for water. Not a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. So there's gonna be a famine that's gonna come also. It's not gonna be a famine of food or of water. It's gonna be famine of the word. And once that happens, that's it, man. Once that happens, though, if you don't have the word of the Lord, if the Most High is not with you, you in deep shit during those moments, man. And that's it for the lesson, man. I pray that was another edifying lesson to the flock. Flocks, and whoever the Most High want to this message, let it be heard, man. And like I said, the title of the lesson means the tariff war has begun. And the other nations, man, and they are not happy with what Babylon has been doing, and they turning their back on America. So eventually that's going to lead to every other nation turn their arrows on Babylon the Great. And that's the moment we're reaching right now. So we can't exactly tell you, oh, that's gonna happen tomorrow. But it's not. So we can't even say slow. Even though it's slowly, it's happening at an alarming rate. Because right now we're in the third month of the year already, and on top of that, we're already in the 6th day. And I can't even believe it. I was like last week was the first March 1st, and now we're already on March 6th. It's only getting faster. The week we already like on halfway. The week's already halfway of the week's already gone by already, man. That's a sign of things are speeding up. So even though we may feel like the average person don't see anything happening right now, man, there's a lot of things that's happening right now, man. That's why I always say, man, there's gonna be like a sucker punch effect right now. Because for those of people that's not paying attention, they're gonna get sucker punch, man. And those are the sincere doing the labor and the truth, doing the word, live according to the Most High's word, to the best of their knowledge or ability, I should say. So we just have to keep pushing, man. And I pray that was another edifying lesson to the flock, and whoever the Most High will do this message, let it be heard. With that, I'd like to say, Shalom.